Ranjana Chanu with a deep cross. Sabitra Bhandari goes up for it. It takes a tumble. Nothing doing, says the ref. Feeble clearance from Mini Roy. The former Southern Samiti fullback. East Bengal struggling to retain possession of the ball early on. Gokulam Kerala making their experience count. And they've got 5 national team players in the starting 11. Tactically, Anthony Andrews, he wants the gap between defense and attack to be precise and exact. 30 meters. That is something very difficult to achieve. But there is no harm in trying, especially against stronger oppositions. He is ready to sacrifice a defeat in the attempt to test his side. Gokulam Kerala making a breakneck beginning. East Bengal struggling to come out of their shell, rotating the ball quite comfortably, utilizing the length and breadth of the pitch with a good effect. Sabitra Bhandari, she is completely free in the middle. A chance comes in from Dangmai Grace and a toe poke there from the number 8, Indumati. And she triples the lead for the Malabarians. She was the top goal scorer for India in the SAF Championship 2019. She scored 4 goals. And East Bengal defense in 6s and 7s, which led to this particular opening. And eventually the Red and Gold Brigade had to pay the price in a big effect. Sabitra Bhandari this time turning provider from the right hand side. A well-timed cross. Finding Indumati on the end of it. It's 3-0 already for Gokulam Kerala. Gokulam Kerala side have hardly been bullish in their claims. And East Bengal's coach Sujata Kar has been very honest in saying that East Bengal might not have as much quality as the other teams in the group, but they must be ready for this kind of challenges so that they can mature as a footballing side in women's category. A chance goes begging this time for Gokulam Kerala. It was Roja Devi's cross across the face of goal. No one attacking the ball at the far end, and a lucky escape for East Bengal. And Gokulam Kerala making their intentions clear right from the word go. East Bengal signing 4 players on loan from Shivabhumi Sporting Club, the runners-up in the Kanyashri Cup. East Bengal defeated them by a solitary goal in the final. Gokulam Kerala lost to Lords FA 5-2 in the Kerala Women's League final. Here comes Gokulam Sandhya. Had a very productive season for Setu Madurai. One of the top signings from the side from Kerala this year. Through the first 4 months, the national team played across different age groups, have been all part of various competitions and tournaments. Here is a chance for East Bengal. Can they pull one back? A heavy touch, but gutsy defending. It's still alive for East Bengal, but desperate defending and capitalizing onto the second ball is the number 7, and Rimpa Halda reduces the margin for East Bengal. And just when Gokulam Kerala were looking good to keep a clean sheet, the Red and Gold Brigade had other ideas. They hardly needed a gift, and yet they were provided one by the Gokulam Kerala FC defence. And on the follow-up, Rimpa Haldar, who's joined East Bengal from Sarojini Naidu club, making it 1-3. This is the chance for the Red and Gold Brigade to build on something. We've had 4 goals in the first 10 minutes of this game. A cracking contest already. And now controlling the ball is Kabita. A lot of the ball in midfield is managed by Silky Devi, who wears number 6 for Gokulam. Alongside her is Dangmei Grace, the number 11. It is a typical 4-2-3 from the Malabarians. Sabitra Bhandari is the lone runner up top. Indumati just playing off her shoulder. And Sandhya and Roja Devi occupying the 2 wings. Mitchell Castana and Manju are the centre-back pairings for Gokulam Kerala. Ranjana Chanu on the left and Kritina Devi is the right full backhand for East Bengal. Almost a mirror image in terms of the formation. Jambalu Tayang in goal. Ratna and Devajani. And the central defender from Manipur Police, Anita and Rini Roy, are the 2 fullbacks, and Barnali and Nilu Tirkei are the 2 sitting midfielders. Rimpa Halda, of course, is the creative force for the Red and Gold Brigade. And Tulsi Hembram, the 22-year-old from Shrivami Sporting Club, is leading the lines for East Bengal. For the first time, an age group tournament was held in Gujarat last year. For those on the outside looking in, the group stages of the 27th Hero Women's National Football Championship 2022-23 provided quality game time and a chance to get on the pitch and get noticed and picked by the clubs looking to bolster squad for the league. And Gokulam Kerala obviously go in as among the teams to watch out for. But there are new challengers on the block, and Odisha FC, and not just spending big to fill their squad, but with multiple national team regulars, but also conducting a long pre-season to ensure the team is built for success. And they will be taking on a CRPF tomorrow at the same venue, 4:30 p.m. He's got excellent reach. A bit rice. Ketia, the goalkeeper from Ghana. 3 foreign players can be registered in the squad according to the regulations this season. This was the number 8 Indumati. She was looking to spot the run of Sabitra Bhandari. Goes all the way towards the far side, and Sandhya couldn't keep the ball in play. It's a throw-in, but in fact it's been awarded as a goal kick to East Bengal. East Bengal needs to spend time on the ball and make sure they keep Gokulam Kerala limited to chances. That goal certainly is going to boost their confidence. Pouring goals in the first 10 minutes. The ball was kept in play, but only for the red and gold shirt. And trying to make something happen from the right hand side. She was outnumbered, Kabita. Joined East Bengal from Kalighat MS. Here's the goal scorer, Rimpa, sorting his feet out. Goes for an early cross, easily dealt with by Kritina Devi. Looking to build a constructive move, Gokulam Kerala. It didn't work out. East Bengal now getting numbers behind the ball. They got to refrain from making individual errors. Collectively, Gokulam Kerala are a superior side. But East Bengal can counter that lack of skill with patience and passion and perseverance. Falls for the number 8. Goes for the first time attempt. A good block from the Gokulam Kerala defense. And now sits up perfectly on the bounce for the number 8. Kavita. Now the flag went up against Moshumi Murmu. And the youngster, 18 years old, from Police Athletic Club. And this was the ball clipped over the top. And the flag went up immediately as we approach the first quarter of the game. It's East Bengal 1, Gokulam Kerala 3. A brace from Sabitra Bhandari. And a strike from Indumati. Separating the two teams in this Group A encounter. Sports Odisha were involved in a thrilling encounter against Hops of Delhi. Sports Odisha eventually winning it by 3-2 in a thrilling encounter. Misaka in the other game defeated Mata Rukmani by 2-0. A brace from Lalrin Muani. The Group A is starting with a flurry of games in the opening day of the Hero Indian Women's League 2022-23. Ultimately, the goal for the Hero Indian Women's League will be to be the supply line for the senior side. Fields the senior team head coach as well, Thomas Deneby. A vibrant league where the clubs take charge of training players, keeping them fit and ensuring their well-being is most integral part of a thriving ecosystem. And ideally this should happen through the year, and the national team will only come in during the FIFA windows and at certain times during the off-season to work with the players. This puts the onus on the clubs and creates better players too. Once again the East Bengal goalkeeper called into action, Jampalu Thayang. With the new regulations regarding the wages and the structure of the league itself set to be enforced starting next season, and many club owners are already looking ahead and planning a way forward to sustain and grow the game in the country. 16 teams participating this season in fray for the title. The most expansive league has been in its short history. It provides a unique opportunity for many to stake a claim for next season. There is a disguised pass towards Sabitra Bhandari, and picking up the loose pieces and quickly putting it away from the danger area. Chase on here from Tulsi Hemram, and very comfortable is the Gokulam Kerala FC defense as they confidently work the ball out of the danger zone. Ranjana Chanu turns up towards Sabitra Bhandari with a clever flick. And defensive work there from Ratna Haldar, Chandni Sporting Club product. And this was a quick release from Sandhya. She has shifted wings and now operating from the left channel. No pace on the cross. Easy pickings for the East Bengal defense. And Gokulam Kerala have slightly gone off the boil. East Bengal now soaking up the pressure, looking to keep things tight at the back and try and hit Gokulam Kerala on the break. And Sandhya on the edge of the area looking for support. A layoff for the number 6. It's a very weak left footer from Shilki Devi. The youngster who's made 3 appearances in the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup last year in Bhubaneswar. It was a big moment for the youngster. Just 17 years of age. Must be so lucky playing in the FIFA World Cup at the age of 17. I, for one, can't recall what I was doing when I was 17. And for everybody born on and before 2004, just try to recall what you were doing when you were 17. I, for one, can't recall what I was doing. And he's keeping all so far. Not doing a very good job in terms of clearing their lines. And now making inroads is Sabitra Bhandari. A clearance falls straight into the feet of Indumati. A slight deflection from the number 5 Ratna. Could have been troublesome for Tambalu Thayang. But somehow managing to deal with it. The number 21. And no damage done on this occasion. And Indumati of Gokulam Kerala sharing a chance for East Bengal. We'll come back to that. That was the moment for the number 8 to make it 3-2 from this cross. It was a pinpoint ball from the left channel. Just couldn't generate pace. Just couldn't wrap a foot around the ball well enough, Kabita. And it was another case of could have, would have and should have. But just wasn't to be for East Bengal and Kabita. And apart from Indumati of Gokulam, Dalima Chibba, the former Gokulam Kerala player, she is signed for Kickstart this year. And this is a chance to experience the Hero Indian Women's League again after a gap induced in part due to the pandemic and other commitments. Chiba is the senior member of a young squad that has many young tigresses, while Indumati joins a formidable unit that will undoubtedly only get better with her pulling the strings in midfield. A couple of green shirts waiting inside the box. Doesn't deal with it, the East Bengal goalkeeper. And completes a hat-trick, Sabitra Bhandari. And we have the first hat-trick of the season. It was El Shaddai who was the top goal scorer for Gokulam Kerala last year in the Hero Indian Women's League. And it is Sabitra Bhandari at this time showing early signs for the Malabarians. And East Bengal certainly down in the dump as we approach the 23rd minute mark. Is Gokulam Kerala 4, East Bengal 1. A hat-trick from Sabitra Bhandari. Things just getting from bad to worse for the side from Kolkata with so much history. But not so when it comes to the women's football. Runners-up of the Kanyashri Cup in 2020, lost to SSB in the final. SSB went on to play in the Hero Indian Women's League in the 2022 season, managing a top 6 finish last year. The side from Shiliguri, West Bengal. East Bengal are the representatives of the Hero Indian Women's League this year from West Bengal. A ball comes in towards Sabitra, using her upper body strength, shielding off quite comfortably. And here is a cross. The goalkeeper this time plucks it out of the air and hugs it to her chest, almost as if her life and death depends on it. And look at that. Good height on the cross, but making it slightly comfortable for Jambalu Thayang on this occasion. This is the platform, a chance to impress and showcase the young talent and also gain valuable experience on the pitch. Perhaps the biggest shake-up and also the biggest cause of all shake-up is the entry of Odisha FC this year. The ISL outfits women's team have been catching eyeballs off the pitch for the numerous big names they have signed to be part of the squad. In addition to signing local stars Pyari Khaka and Manisha Panna early last year. Setu Madurai, a perennial title contender, have moved in a different direction this season, choosing to put their faith in youthful vibrance and hunger in their search for the title. The club from Tamil Nadu have signed many young tigers, which includes Apurna Narzari, the former Indian Arrows player, Sumati Kumari, Kajol D'Souza. It's an approach that focuses more on long-term results than immediate dividends and may well turn out to be the cope of the Hero Indian Women's League. And this wonderful venue, a Trans Stadia, was established by the entrepreneur Udit Sheth after being introduced to British footballer and stadium consultant Paul Fletcher. Seth sought to build a multi-purpose stadium on an otherwise unused property in Gujarat, licensing technology from Fletcher's company Stadia Arena to allow part of the facility to be converted into an indoor arena to maximize its utilization. East Bengal's coach Sujata Kaur captained the club to a maiden Kolkata Women's League title in 2001 and was there at the same stage 22 years later in the dugout when they won it for the second time. A former India international, Sujata Kaur is regarded as one of the finest women footballer to have played the game in India. Years before Bala Devi broke new ground by playing for Rangers in Scotland, Kaur and her teammate Alpana Seal had a similar opportunity, scouted and asked to go on a trial at the German club, while the deal eventually fell through. Well, the experience gained was enough to tell Kaur that her home country had talent, if not yet unearthed and unscouted, to succeed at the top levels of the sport. Wonderful stories. We'll try to bring you all the exclusive stories featuring these players over the course of the season. This is Mitchell Castana, plays it on to Ranjana Chanu. A high press applied from East Bengal. Ranjana Chanu had very limited option. One of them was to go over the top. The space was too narrow, eventually picking up a safe option in playing it back towards the goalkeeper. Sabitra is on the run. She's got a good pace on her. Sabitra squaring it off for Sandhya and just stopped on the line by a couple of red and gold shirts. And a great chance once again, setting it up for her strike partner Sabitra Bhandari. Gokulam Kerala just toying with the East Bengal defense. Here is Ranjana, 28 caps for the national side. She scored 3 goals as well, and her first international goal was against Vietnam on 6th November 2019. She works at Assam Rifles. Ranjana Chanu. This is Kritina Devi, another youngster from Manipur. And now beating the offside trap once more. Sabitra Bhandari. She has stolen all the limelight so far in the first half an hour. Time and again harassing, time and again troubling the East Bengal defense. And Gokulam Kerala just keeping players wide. Just stretching the East Bengal defense in order to open up the center. Just forcing East Bengal to compensate players in the wide regions. And now running into space is Sandhya. but runs out of space. The second touch, letting her down. Gonna be the first substitution. Yes, Shushmita Bardhan looks like is the one who will come on for East Bengal. Shushmita Bardhan is a striker. So the referee, Iruba Devi, has blown the whistle for a drinks break. Chance for Sujata Kaur to have a word with her girls. And this will also quell the momentum that Gokulam Kerala were gaining. These are the Churchill Brothers staffs in the stands, taking a note of this two sides. This was the opening goal from Sabitra Bhandari. We've had 5 goals already in the first half an hour, and this is how things started. Sabitra Bhandari scoring the first hat-trick of the season. This was her second goal. Running ahead of the East Bengal defence. Great through ball. This was how Sabitra completed her hat-trick. The East Bengal defence slow to react, slow to close her down. She eventually blasted it into the back of the net. And here is Anthony Andrews, the Gokulam Kerala head coach, passed the AFCA license in the month of February. He was also the AIFC's coach of the year. And according to the Global Soccer Conclave, he is the best Indian coach in women's category. He has tasted blood last year with this Gokulam Kerala side. They've kept the core of the team same. And all of the likes of Ritu Rani, Manisha Kalyan, El Shaddai, Winton missing this season. And we have the first substitution of this game. Devajani making way for Shushmita. A very brave move from Sujata Kaur. Taking off a defender and bringing on a striker. Looks like East Bengal will revert to a 3-5-2 system. And Shushmita Bardhan will join Tulsi Hembram up top. And Anita Ratna and Mini Roy will form the back three. Bernali and Nilu Tirke will look to stay closer to defence, but and now for East Bengal it's all about going forward, it's all about creating chances, and not just that, also about making them count if they are to mount a comeback into this game. As the minutes tick by, the mountain becoming steeper for the Red and Gold Brigade, even though it is just a beginning for them. The players getting exposure and getting the experience of rubbing shoulders alongside some of the top players of the country. Is going to give them massive experience. On those two signings for East Bengal from Arunachal Pradesh, and Jambalu Thayang and Gianni Ramching are going to pave way and encourage the budding footballers from the state. We saw the story of Gyamar Nikum, who rose through the ranks of Rajasthan United, now currently with Mumbai City FC. These two young girls from the northeastern part of India will surely add another feather in their cap. Time and again in and around the penalty area, whenever she's getting on the ball, Sabitra Bhandari causing havoc inside East Bengal's defence. She never gives up in biting the bullet, even from the challenging areas. Now the Malabarians just getting under the skin of the Kolkata Giants. And apart from one mistake, a bit Rice, a Ketia had a very comfortable game under the bar for the Malabarians. Yes, Sandhya with a low ball in, and no nonsense clearance from Ratna Haldar, the East Bengal skipper. Sujata Kaur has worked with many women's clubs in various roles, while also staying true to her ultimate ambition of uplifting the game by travelling to the remote corners of West Bengal, villages in Jhargram, Purulia and West Midnapur to find talented footballers. India international Sangeeta Basfar is among those who credit Kaur for her foray into the beautiful game. A call came in early this time from Jambalu Thayang. A comfortable collection. East Bengal looking to pour forward. In support is the number 30 Nilu Tirke. Didn't pick her out. Mini Roy. A slow passing build up from East Bengal. Takes the aerial route Bernali. And the ball is retrieved by Sandhya. Takes on Anita. Still Sandhya. Needed some quality in the middle. The number 7. When East Bengal decided to restart their foray into women's football, there was only one person that they could sensibly turn to. Over Sujata Kaur, who took another road trip, this time to put together a team for the Kanyashri Cup, the new name of the Kolkata Women's League. Her young team of relative unknowns, Murmu among others, was part of the team who won the tournament for only the second time in the club's history. Not coincidentally, Kaur has been there for both 2 decades.
Good. Yeah, Sandy, good job. Come on, go, get it.
Here comes Gokulam Kerala, trying to sell one dummy to Anita. This time she stands strong. Kept Dangmei Grace at bay on this occasion. Confident defending from Anita. A lovely interplay here from East Bengal. Excellent sequence of passes from the red and gold brigade, but once again the move breaks down about 25 yards away from goal. They won it in a great area from the near side. Taking it onto her weak left foot and pulling her trigger. The number 10 of East Bengal. Not getting enough purchase on it, Moshumi Murmu. The Indian Women's League side, East Bengal, are the first timers in IWL under the tutelage of Sujata Kaur. They formed the team with some girls from the Calcutta Women's League, 3 from Manipur, 2 from Arunachal, as I've mentioned before. They've tried to form a good team and had a chance to train for 10 to 12 days. The target for the coming days is to go to the final round. And that looks quite difficult at the moment. Both teams play next on 29th. East Bengal gonna take on a tough team, Gokulam Kerala, to play against Sports Odisha on 29th of this month, a couple of days from now. And the ball is intercepted from Ratna, a very crucial intervention. Yes, trying to look for the likes of Tulsi and Shushmita Bardhan. Slightly impatient from the fullback on that occasion. And the distributors in midfield for Gokulam Kerala. Indumati, Roja Devi, Shilki and Dangme Grace forming a midfield diamond. Here is Sandhya at the center of things. Kritina on the overlap. He's got a couple of red and gold shirts upon her and manages to win a throw-in for her efforts. A throw-in quickly taken, Sabitra Bhandari. And making her way inside the box is Sandhya. She gets on the ball. A tad too heavy. And the touch on that occasion. Running out of steam. Gokulam Kerala are on a winning streak of 11 consecutive games in the Hero Indian Women's League. It seems like heading towards their 12th victory since 2021. They defeated Setu Madurai by 3-1 last year on the Judgment Day, despite going down early. They scored 66 goals, conceded only 4. The last season's Hero Indian Women's League was more like a one-way traffic. Gokulam Kerala dominating throughout. Finished on 33 points from 11 games. Setu Madurai were the runners-up. They finished on 30 points. And Kickstart FC of Karnataka finished on 27 points. Led by Parameshwari Iram, another legend from Manipur. Yes, Rimpa Halda, East Bengal's a goal scorer. The bounce was slightly awkward for Bitrice. Somehow grabs hold of it on the Ghanaian international. As we approach the closing stages of the first half. Just about 3.5 odd minutes of regulation time left. Burnley. East Bengal defeated Shribhumi to clinch the Kanyashri Cup title, and Sulanjana Raul scored the only goal in the 88th minute to guide her team to victory. And that also was East Bengal's 7th clean sheet in the tournament, but so far their defense needs some repairing. And they've been leaky in the opener. Conceded 3 goals within the first 9.5 odd minutes. The 2022 Kerala Women's League season was the 4th season of the Kerala Women's League, the top division of women's football in the Indian state of Kerala. And the season featured 10 teams from Kozhikode and Kochi over the venues, and it began on 10th August 2022. Lord FA winning the title. Indumati was adjudged the best player, and Myanmar's Win Tan ended as the highest goal scorer with a staggering 51 goals. Incredible number. Apart from Gokulam, Setu Madurai, Sports Odisha and Kickstart, there are a lot of teams, many new clubs battling in the Elite League, and many India internationals scattered across the clubs, hoping to add their own experience to the squad. The ever formidable Eastern Sporting Union, the former champions, will have the services of goalkeeper Ilangmam Panthoichanu, in addition to the returning Yumnam Kamala Devi. Kamala, who retired from international football after the AFC Women's Asian Cup, will hope to show the credentials that have marked her out as one of the special few in the women's game. East Bengal, can they build on something? There is a runner out wide for Rimpa Haldar. Tried to pick her initially, eventually does so. The attempted cross rather, is disappointing from Bandana Roy. East Bengal making a couple of changes. Bandana is also on the pitch. He is a centre back. Likes to maraud up and down the pitch. She's got the freedom, very vocal. One of the two centre backs will have the freedom to enter the opposition zone. Neither Ratna or Mini Roy will be designated to carry the ball inside Gokulam's half. Meanwhile, a corner comes in for East Bengal. Clutching it down. Bitrise. Slightly bulky in frame, but she's got excellent vision. Very dependable between the sticks for Gokulam. Comes with a lot of experience. And now chase on here from Moshumi, managing to keep the ball in play. Not just that, beating past the first challenge. In comes the cross. Problems inside the Gokulam Kerala FC defence. Shouts of handball not given. There was a hint of a handball. The referee waves away the protest. Once again picking up pace, Sabitra Bhandari beating her marker for pace and narrowly missing the upright. Here is Anthony Andrews. Will be a very excited man. Known for playing attractive and attacking brand of football. That is exactly what his girls have done so far in the first 45 minutes play. Additional time of 4 minutes. Still about a couple of minutes left in this half. Completely miscued that clearance. Ranjana Chanu just indicating to the referee that there was no contact with her arm. Kritina with a crossfield ball. An important touch this time from Mini Roy. And now sets up. Here is Dangmei Grace. But good defending there from Mini Roy. Putting it behind for a corner. Piling on the pressure, Gokulam Kerala. They have got great variation when it comes to going forward. They go forward with a lot of verve, with a lot of energy. Each and every move looks very meaningful, very purposeful at the same time. Here is a corner. Roja Devi delivers towards the far side. Could have been a free header for Shilki Devi. Went up for it, just eluding the number 6. Even the slightest of touches would have done the job for Gokulam. Look at that great delivery from Roja Devi. Just had to get some kind of contact. Just lacking on timing on this occasion. Nilu Tirke. The possession is lost by East Bengal. This has been a major issue which they need to resolve in the second half. The ball retention from Gokulam Kerala has been a lot more quicker. They've hit the nail in the head in the first 5-6 minutes of the match itself by scoring a couple of quick goals. Going down 4-1, it's really difficult to fight back, especially against a tough side like Gokulam Kerala. Referee Ruba Devi blows the whistle. So at half time it's East Bengal FC 1, Gokulam Kerala FC 4. A hat-trick from Sabitra Bhandari followed by a goal from Indumati, giving them a comfortable 4-1 lead. And for East Bengal is their number 7 Rimpa Halda with a consolation goal. But that wasn't enough for the Red and Gold Brigade. As Gokulam Kerala storming past the Kolkata Giants in the first half. Still another 45 minutes to play. This is how the game started. Two games going on simultaneously at the home side. Kahani FC also in action against Mumbai Knights at the other venue, at the Shahibag Police Ground. Sabitra Bhandari making her presence felt. Tried to set up the number 11. The lucky deflection falling to Indumati, who makes it count. And East Bengal pulling one back, just flicked off the heels of a Gokulam Kerala defender. Brimpa Halda making no mistake from about 8 yards out. So at half time it's East Bengal FC 1, Gokulam Kerala FC 4. We'll come back once the second half resumes. Stay tuned.
এক নম্বর বলবে না, 2-3 বলবে, এক বলবেই না। এক 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 কাটবে, 2-3 যখন কাটবে না এক কাটবেই, এক কন্টিনিউ কাটছে। কতক্ষণ বলবে কিন্তু এক নম্বর অনলাইন, এক নম্বর ছেড়ে যখন 2-3-এ আসবে তখন 2-3কে অনলাইন বলবে, তারপরে বলবে তো সেটিংসে গিয়ে মেনুতে গিয়ে মেনু মেনু মেনু
Welcome back to the live coverage of the second half from the Trans Stadia in Ahmedabad, and you are watching the Hero Indian Women's League 2022-23. It's East Bengal versus Gokulam Kerala, Group A encounter live on the Indian football team YouTube channel. It's 1-4 at half-time, and Gokulam Kerala clearly dominated the first half. Sabitra Bhandari, the Nepalese international star of the first 45. Great opportunism shown by her inside the box. She's been a great inclusion for Gokulam this season, filling in for the Ghanaian El Shaddai. But the first half has been a one-way traffic, and half chances for East Bengal. Rimpa Halder pulling one back, and Moushumi with a weak try from about 30 yards out. Well, Sandhya, she's been very adventurous apart from Sabitra Bhandari for Gokulam Kerala up top. And Indumati, Dangmei Grace, their primary providers and of goal operators operating from deep, the number 11. That tells us enough about the creativity in midfield. But in terms of whipping those deliveries from out wide is the big job for the rest of the players today, especially Kritina Devi bombing down the right. "45 minutes of reckoning for East Bengal if they want to keep their qualification race in their hands. For that to happen, they need a touch of destiny. Rimpa Halder will look to add to another goal to her one already.
अरे you come with वो कर लेगी अपने आप उधर जाके वो अंदर जाके कर लेगी ना उसको क्यों दे वो कर
A substitution for Gokulam Kerala. Soumya will replace Beatrice. That's the confirmation. The youngster Soumya was part of Gokulam Kerala's team during the Kerala Women's League as well since last year. And a good opportunity for the head coach as well to test his bench, given the fact his side has got 3 goals cushion. And we are underway then with the second 45. A very different kind of style observed when the players walk in. It's positive reinforcements continuously. These are the little things these players will turn into big takeaways. And Gokulam Kerala have seen plenty of the ball in the first half, and starting the second half in a similar kind of fashion as well. The very uncharacteristic loose pass recovered by the Gokulam Kerala midfield is Sandhya. She is up against Mini Roy. Sandhya giving Mini a run for her money. Takes a deflection of East Bengal's number 2 Anita, and it rolls out for a corner. An excellent move from Gokulam Kerala. Was used as a centre forward by Setu Madurai last year, playing on the wings, almost like a wing-based forward for Gokulam Kerala. Anthony Andrews using her in an unfamiliar position as he sticks with his 4-2-3-1 system. Anthony Andrews, just a reminder to our viewers regarding the young tactician. He was a part of the Gokulam Kerala's Hero I-League team as well, assisting Francis Bonnet, the head coach, and Richard Thowa earlier. And that ball was slipped in. He was looking for the run of Dangmei Grace. That was the ball from Sandhya. The keeper saw that. smacked over the top. East Bengal holding fort at the back, playing a high line in defense. In comes the ball in. A chase on here from the red and gold shirt. She eventually gets there. It's the number 10 Moshumi. Finds a yard, sends the ball in. And just eluding the number 28. She was so unlucky not to score. Tulsi Hemram. A delightful ball from the left. And Tulsi Hemram getting in between the ball and the keeper. Making a slight contact, but it went wide and slightly away from her. A saving grace for Gokulam Kerala. A 4-2 at this stage. It could have been very tricky. The first proper scoring chance of the second half falling in favor of the red and gold brigade.
Done! Good, Roja. Steady now,
Sethu Madurai FC, a perennial title contender, have moved in a different direction this season, choosing to put up their faith in youthful vibrance and hunger in their search for the title.
Roja!
And just giving a indication that they are just more than just winning a title. They're relying on the youngsters, providing them a platform to showcase what they're made of. And now charging down the center, Dangmei Grace. That was a through ball for Sandhya. A tad too heavy for the on-rushing number 7. There is Grace. Lifted the Uzbek Premier League for Al-Qatsiya, one of the top clubs in Uzbekistan League. A tackle coming in from the number 5, Ratna. Strong in the challenge was the number 12, Roja Devi. A good combination play here from Gokulam. Indumati switching it to the far right, but it goes out of play. A player is lying down injured. It's Kritina Devi. It looks like she's cramped up. It's quite humid here in Ahmedabad. Now there's gonna be cramps, especially during the latest stages of the game. It's gonna be challenging for the teams to stay fit. And with games coming thick and fast, it will be a challenge. No room for damage control. 16 teams split into 2 groups, and the top 4 from each group to play the quarter-final on 16th May, followed by the 2 semi-finals on 19th and the final on 21st. Here is Anthony Andrews looking on intently. Master tactician when it comes to the women's football in India, and especially in the Hero Indian Women's League. Crispin Chetri is another who is at the helm of Odisha FC. Will be in action tomorrow, his side against CRPF, and a dejected East Bengal bench. The head coach Sujata Kaur and the team manager Indrani Sarkar as well. She also has been a former Indian international. There she is, Sujata Kaur. Was a great player. She, along with her teammate Alpana Sen, almost broke new ground in European circuit, but unfortunately the deal didn't materialize. Was regarded as one of the finest women footballer of her time, Sujata Kaur, and now showing traits when it comes to managing a fan base side like East Bengal. One of the giants of Indian football. Not enough on that clearance from Jambalu. We're looking to repair this move. Gokulam Kerala smacked away by the East Bengal defense. For many players, especially those who have been part of the age group sides, this season is also a chance to stake a claim in the senior team. The youngsters like Apurna Narzari, Shubhangi Singh, Linda Com will be keen to impress in a full-fledged competitive setup. For many others, the Hero Indian Women's League is a chance to reassess, revisit and restore the flame. Odisha FC's Pyari Khaka has been sidelined due to injury. She was with Sports Odisha last year, scored 11 goals. As a part of Odisha's squad for the league, this will be her chance to not just get some valuable game time but also to stake a claim for inclusion in the national team. And numerical supremacy on this occasion at the back for East Bengal, who are fearing a much better in the second half. The flag goes up against Moshumi Murmu. She was marginally off. Not happy with the referee's decision, but the replay is surely going to suggest that the referee was right. And the ball played over the top, hoping for a green shirt to get across to it. And now it's Roja Devi, takes it onto her stride, puts a break on her run. And now play in Sabitra Bhandari. And Bhandari's ball in. Smacked away by the East Bengal defense. The creativity from the Malabarians somewhat lacking in the second 45. 10 minutes in the second half flown past us. No goals so far in the first 10 minutes of the second half. Seems like Gokulam Kerala have taken their foot off the gas, slightly relaxed, allowing East Bengal to have possession, just drawing them out, waiting for the red and gold brigade to commit a mistake on which they can quickly pounce and launch a very quick counter and unsettle East Bengal at the back. And that is the plan from Anthony Andrews. Here is Grace. Sandhya with an early ball in. Couldn't bring it down. Roja Devi, she was involved. From Fukau Sports Association, Jambalu Thayang. I saw the Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, Pema Khandu, congratulating the two youngsters from the state, Gianni Ramching and Jambalu Thayang, for making into the Hero Indian Women's League and also donning the jersey of a prestigious club like East Bengal. When it comes to the men's game, and East Bengal was certainly one of the most successful clubs in Indian football. team with a lot of history, a lot of tradition,
Keep,
a tradition of winning
yeah, good.
trophies, 3 international trophies in men's football,
Rest on.
beginning with the LG Asian Cup in 2003, followed by the San Miguel Trophy in 2004. Both of them under the guidance of the late and great Mr. Subhash Bhaumik.
Good, Sandy. Good, Sandy.
And coming on to the women's game, East Bengal still newly set up and looking to make a mark in their debut season, but they got to make sure they retain these players next year as well. The game time and the experience they're gaining this season will be of massive help if they manages to keep the squad together for the coming season and try and add few foreigners if possible. So Vivian will come on for Gokulam Kerala. Vivian Ajay, a striker from Ghana. She was the highest goal scorer for Gokulam Kerala in the Kerala Women's League this year.
Good, come here. Keep.
The former foreign import El Shaddai had a terrific season in Cyprus, along with Manisha Kalyan.
Release. Good job.
The Indian players getting international exposures, the likes of Dalima Chibber, Manisha Kalyan and Dangmei Grace, playing in leagues abroad,
No shot.
certainly going to bode well for their future, and that will encourage the budding players to take up the sport. And All India Football Federation, in an attempt to build a hostile domestic football structure in India
Come on.
when it comes to the women's game,
Center.
and the process has already started. And expecting the Hero Indian Women's League next year to be played in a home and away format like the men's. Once again, beating her mark of a pace. This is a promising ball in, just slipping at the wrong time. And Dangmei Grace takes it. No power on the shot. Grabs it in second attempt. Jambalu Tayang. There she is, Dangmei Grace. Looking for the top corner. Went for the curler. Just not getting the dip. Just not getting the curve. Sabitra Bhandari. Sabitra unleashing a pile driver from 20 yards out. Here comes East Bengal. She's got pace to burn. Moshumi. Moshumi goes for the cross. Slightly over ambitious towards nobody. Collected on the far right though by a number 7. A harmless cross in order to breach a defense of this stature. East Bengal needs to do plenty going forward. They need to show some variety
Check your man. Vivian, check
when
man.
it comes to taking set pieces, and also when it comes to rotating the ball and playing those quick 1-2s. Whenever the likes of Sabitra, Indumati and Roja going forward, they're looking to play those 1-2s in order to open up the East Bengal defense. Here comes the corner,
Come out. Come out.
comfortably cleared from the near post.
Sandy, banner it.
A chance for Gokulam to counter. A quick challenge. Puts off Vivian. Brave defending from Ratna Haldar. East Bengal growing into the game. A chance here for Tulsi. Tulsi is still going, and he finds the back of the net.
Let's go. Let's go.
She makes it 2-4. A wonderful play from East Bengal. A great through ball. Asking for offside. The flag stayed down. A well-timed run. Getting in between the two centre-backs. Standing strong, Tulsi Hembram. Keeping his cool in front of goal. And managing to find the back of the net. A cool, calm placement from Tulsi Hembram. So game on here at the Trans Stadia in the Manchester of India, that is Ahmedabad. East Bengal slowly and steadily bouncing back, showing signs of improvement in the second 45. Another skillful play from the number 7. There's that cutback. Still a chance to get the shot away, managing to do so. She's had a few gifts already in the second 45. Soumya, there's another one for the young goalkeeper. Give away very cheaply. Here's Grace. Dangmei Grace, Sabitra Bandari making that run inside the box. Closing in is the number 11. Looking for Sabitra. Touches it behind, hung up at the far post. Far too ahead of Vivian. And goes out for a goal kick. And Moushumi Murmu of East Bengal talking about her, who's wearing the number 20. A brilliant performance in the Kanyashri Cup. She was rewarded with a call-up in the India Under-20 squad for the AFC Under-20 Asian Cup qualifiers in Vietnam earlier this year. She made her debut against Singapore on 7th March. A second, Sulanjana Rao is a part of the India Under-17 squad that has travelled to Kyrgyzstan for the women's Under-17 AFC Asian Cup qualifier round 1. One of the jobs, one of the point with that Sujata Kaur mentioned, that she wanted to ensure when she took the job that those girls from the state gets a chance to play, to shine, and a platform to gain experience. There used to be a time when people would be in awe of Bengal team, but that time has passed and she wants to create opportunities for girls. A wholesale substitution for Gokulam Kerala. Kashmina will come on for Manju, the number 27, a ball playing centre back. Very comfortable on the ball, Kashmina. She's been a treat to watch whenever she's on the field for Gokulam Kerala. Her capability to get on the ball and put the opposition's midfield under pressure with a quick and clever play. And now space down the left. Ranjana Chanu sent in with good pace and slightly overcooked the delivery. It was Vivian not managing to get her head onto that. And Sabitra Bhandari is down on the deck. And referee seeks for medical intervention. Only one goal so far in the second half. And it comes from the feet of the number 28 of East Bengal, Tulsi Hembram. A great fight put up by the Red and Gold Brigade, and last year the score line used to be in double digits whenever Gokulam Kerala played, bearing a couple of games, one against the Arrows and the other one in the last game of the season against Setu Madurai. On that account, East Bengal have produced a much better display. Skitters off Mini Roy, unable to bring the ball under control. Was the number 8, but she was tripped from behind by Shilki Devi, and we have the first booking of this game. Referee was close to the incident, Rupa Devi just pulling out a yellow card. Shilki Devi has been warned for committing that foul on Kavita. And East Bengal's foray into the women's game will play a bigger role than most. The club has made similar attempts before, but a long-term vision and commitment are the needs of the hour. Winning the Kanyashri Cup guaranteed East Bengal a spot in the IWL this year. And this was another chance for the number 28 from a very sharp angle. That could have been her second. A top-notch goalkeeping from Soumya. A great block. From the number 32 of Gokulam Kerala. These are the chances that East Bengal got to take. And if they keep applying pressure, a chance will eventually present itself. Sabitra Bhandari beautifully beating the offside trap, and a screamer from the number 9, making it 5-2. A momentary lapse of concentration, and East Bengal once again had to pay the price. A missed opportunity at the other end, and adding insult to injury is Sabitra Bhandari scoring his 4th of this game. A hat-trick in the first half, adding one more to her tally. She is on 4 goals, Sabitra Bhandari. A strong contender for the Player of the Match award. She scored a brace as well against India recently in a FIFA friendly in Chennai. She was also the top goal scorer in the Hero Indian Women's League back in 2018. The all-time highest goal scorer for Nepal as well. Jambalu Tayang just diving to her left and preventing the ball from going in. Wasn't enough pace on that header as well. She went for placement, Sabitra Bhandari. She's been the focal point for Gokulam Kerala. And just forcing Gokulam Kerala to play it quick. And that high press from East Bengal. And the side from Kolkata has started expressing themselves in the second 45. Looks like a different team altogether, East Bengal, than what they were in the first 45. And they got to welcome the positives from this game and make sure they repair those mistakes in defense before playing the next game. This was a chance for Vivian. Went for it straight away. I was expecting her to cut in onto her left foot to eliminate the marker alongside her, but went directly for goal. But the goalkeeper was all at sea. Here is Grace. Grace plays it forward. The offside flag goes up. The Federation has made some very progressive and historic announcements for women's football. But now the onus is on the states to enforce them and also create calendars that will guarantee the girls play throughout the year. The more they play, the better they will get, and the more investment that will come in with more tournaments. Perhaps even more investors will be keen to come in and extend to hand to us. And one thing that can be guaranteed, if they extend one hand, the girls will put out two to grab the opportunity and prove their mettle. It's the second drinks break of this game. As we approach the last quarter of this game, it's East Bengal 2, Gokulam Kerala 5. A goal apiece in the second half. Tulsi Hembram made it 2-4 before Sabitra Bhandari continuing her scoring spree. This is a Tulsi Hembram strike. Sabitra Bhandari, class written all over it. Look at that. She was well in control of that shot. And the clubs coming into this tournament with different ambitions. Some want to win the title and some want to create history and catch eyeballs. For East Bengal, the aim is to maximize game time for local players and give them the experience of playing on this big stage against tough opponents. And they should learn a lot and very quickly from this experience. Throw in for Gokulam Kerala. 66 matches played last year, 300 goals scored, 4.5 goals scored per match. It was played in Odisha last year at the Capital Ground and at the Kalinga Stadium. Manisha Kalyan was the player of the tournament, and El Shaddai backed the Golden Boot Awards by scoring 20 goals, and Linthoi Maibam was awarded the best goalkeeper. And I remember commentating Gokulam Kerala's opening game last year. They've won it 12-0 against Odisha Police. That was the highest margin victory throughout the course of the season last year. They're having a longest unbeaten run in the Hero Indian Women's League, and that is going to be extended to 12 if they manages to hold on to the score line for the remaining 14 minutes. Here is Vivian face to face with Anita. Vivian crossing with his left foot and goes all the way across and out for a goal kick. Kavita with a wayward ball. Collected by Kritina. Vivian looks towards the right flank. Dangmei Grace manages to keep it in play, but only helps East Bengal fullback. Here they come, the red and gold brigade. What can they produce of this move? Ball played over the top. Was ineffective, harmless. Disappointing in the end. There she is, Sabitra, operating from deep in the closing embers of this game. Spots the run of Dangmei Grace, who stops the ball right in front of her and goes for the cross. And the keeper commits an error. And it's half a dozen for Gokulam Kerala. Dangmei Grace with an attempted cross. And it goes in via a mistake from the East Bengal goalkeeper, Jambalu Thayang. A goalkeeping howler from the number 21. That's half a dozen for Gokulam Kerala. The scoreline reads 6-2 in Gokulam's favour. What a cracking start to their campaign. Kritina. Gokulam Kerala well in control of this game. They looked slightly loose at the beginning of the second half, but they have regained composure and control over proceedings ever since conceding that second goal. Ranjana takes a look and finds Vivian. Brings it down for Kashmina. Got the collection completely wrong, the number 27. We are into the last 10 minutes of this game. Now win will take Gokulam Kerala right at the top. Misaka United and Sports Odisha are the other two teams. Both on 3 points, but Misaka managed to keep a clean sheet and leading the Group A due to a better goal difference. Gokulam Kerala are going to leapfrog Misaka United. At the end of the 90 minutes, Sabitra Bhandari is squaring it for Vivian, a powerful shot! Just firing it beyond Jambalu Thayang. And Vivian gets her name on the score sheet. It's a goal fest here at the Trans Stadia. And East Bengal doesn't know where to look. The goals just flowing in here. Sabitra Bhandari with her second assist. She squares it towards the Ghanaian. And those two combining for Gokulam Kerala, resulting into the 7th goal. What a powerful strike. Now the Ghanaian players have always been successful in India, be it in the women's category or the men's football. Take you back to 2000s when the likes of Sule, Musa, Jackson and Opoku donned the Kolkata Maidan for East Bengal. Then Yusuf Yakubu, Churchill brothers. I saw El Shaddai last year in the IWL for Gokulam Kerala. Vivian this season already showing traits of a good striker. She's got the physique, aerially pretty strong. Sabitra Bhandari and Vivian Two very different kind of players. Both of them have got their own advantage and disadvantages. It's going to be a good headache for Anthony Andrews to decide who starts. A poor touch. The ball is back with Gokulam. Vivian. Kashmina. Just rotating the ball inside their defense before looking for that arrowed through ball through the middle. Good ball between the lines. Kashmina. And that was loose from the number 27. And a giveaway to a red and gold shirt. They couldn't make anything meaningful from that either. Here comes Gokulam Kerala. Sabitra Bhandari. Vivian. Indumati. Indumati goes for the shot. And to the safe pair of hands of Jambalu Tayang. Look at that. Time and again those trio are combining to devastating effect. Excellent link-up play from Gokulam Kerala. Finding each other pretty well around the penalty area. Chance for a header for East Bengal. The number 28 down on the deck. Tulsi Hembram. And the referee indicating the last touch coming off a Gokulam Kerala shirt. Brings a corner for East Bengal. Both of them went up for it. Michelle Castana and Tulsi Hembram. The last touch coming off the number 13. A slight stoppage in play. Tulsi Hembram getting treated. And East Bengal will be in action again on 29th against the home side Kahani FC. And Gokulam will take on Sports Odisha on the same day. The Trans Stadia, East Bengal will play at the Shahibag police ground. And not much distance between the two venues hosting the Hero Indian Women's League game matches this season. Even though the semi-finals and the finals to be played at the Trans Stadia. A stoppage in play quite frequently as we approach the closing stages of the game. Few tiring legs out there. Is Soumya to restart proceedings with this goal kick. East Bengal will take some time to adjust to the conditions. Miss clearance led to this chance. Dangmei Grace hung up at the far post and needed a better delivery. The number 9, Sabitra Bhandari. And you do expect the likes of Dangmei Grace and Indumati to send in pinpoint crosses. Lacked in quality on this occasion at this particular diagonal. Gokulam Kerala have conceded a couple of goals. This will make Anthony Andrews think. Ashalata Devi missing out of this game. Hopefully when she comes back, she's going to lead the side from behind. She brings a lot of solidity at the back. One of India's most decorated defender in recent times, Ashalata Devi. Vivian with the flick on, looking to play in Sabitra. In steps Dangmei Grace. He's got Sabitra Bhandari waiting inside the box, and she makes no mistake. Goal number 5 for the Nepalese international. And it's 8-2 for Gokulam. A telepathic understanding between Dangmei Grace and Sabitra Bhandari announces his arrival in the Hero Indian Women's League in style. Sabitra. And a cool, calm finish. Just had to touch it in. She was at the right place at the right time. And a poacher's finish from Sabitra Bhandari. Now East Bengal making a substitution. And the number 15, Gianni Mara, will come on. And the second Arunachali women player to play in the Hero Indian Women's League. And that will certainly make her state proud. Not too many from that belt of Northeast. They haven't had a star for a long time. But Jambalu Thayang, only 19. Hitting form at the right time. Gianni Ramching Mara, also very young. Still a long way to go. This exposure, this experience is going to do her a world of good. Mitchell Castana has been replaced in defense by Gokulam Kerala. Ashalata Devi is on the bench. A brave decision from Anthony Andrews to go with a new centre-back pairing. Not accustomed to playing together, Manju and Mitchell Castana, which might have resulted into those mistakes and into those goals scored by the opposition. Otherwise, Gokulam very solid at the back. Additional time of 5 minutes. Tulsi lost her footing. Referee waves play on. Mitchell Castana in possession. Dangmei Grace, she's got a lot of time and space. Drifting out wide, Sabitra Bhandari trying to draw out the East Bengal defense. Vivian in the center. The Ghanaian eventually was double teamed. And there she is, Vivian. Jinxing past 3 red and gold shirts. Vivian's ball in. Put to rest by Halder. Here is Moushumi. And now Moushumi is on the run. Silky Devi missing out on her man. But it goes out for a throw-in. An early ball in. Nothing comes from it. Vivian will look to put pressure on Ratna Halder. Had a very busy day. The East Bengal skipper cutting a very frustrated figure. The number 5. 3 minutes of stoppage time left in this game. Here's Grace with the throw-in. Runs ahead of her marker. Dangmei Grace with the cross. The goalkeeper had to stretch. Luckily for East Bengal, it didn't fell to a green shirt. And now they can pour forward. Interception from Kritina Devi. On to the second ball is the number 17. Shashwati Sarkar. Dangmei Grace. An end-to-end action in the last few minutes of this game. East Bengal just missed that cutting edge in front of goal. Sabitra Bhandari toying with East Bengal defense. The red and gold defenders falling apart. A clever play here from Dangmei Grace. She's got those tricks and flicks. Ranjana Chanu, inverted fullback. Fascinating to see how she takes those positions in the center from her left fullback's position. Likes to go forward and add another extra body in attack. And now cutting inside is a red and gold shirt. And almost a comedy of error from the number 15 Gianni Mara. Sabitra Bhandari looking good for her double hat-trick. Sabitra Bhandari from a tight angle, testing the East Bengal goalkeeper Jambalu Thayang. And just about last 40 seconds left. Can East Bengal find some consolation? The fate of this game is already sealed. It's a storming victory for Gokulam Kerala. It will give them a lot of confidence. As they head towards the top of the table. Could well be the last move of this game as well. Sabitra tried to set up Kashmina for a shot, and that's the full-time whistle from Ruba Devi. A comfortable and a convincing victory for Gokulam Kerala as they edge past East Bengal in the opening game of the Hero Indian Women's League. A very, very tough outing for the Red and Gold Brigade as they had to face a 2-8 defeat into the hands of the defending champions. The first 3 points of the season collected with confidence, and Anthony Andrews will be a happy man. Now with this victory, they will go on top of Group A. A goal difference of +6. And East Bengal, a lot of takeaways for the Red and Gold Brigade from this game. This is how the match number 4 started here at the Trans Stadia. It was goals galore. Sabitra Bhandari with a quick fire double. We've had 8 goals in this game. 5 in the first half and 3 in the second. It was almost a one-man show in the first half. Sabitra Bhandari scoring goals, producing goals for her teammates. East Bengal defense was completely flabbergasted. But against the run of play, Rimpa Halda found the back of the net. The crosses from either side kept on coming in. That's for the second half though. Started brightly for East Bengal as Tulsi Hembram made it 2-4. It was a wake-up call for the Malabarians. And Sabitra Bhandari immediately from the next move responded in style. This is the best strike of this evening. And then Dangmai Grace's cross fumbled by the goalkeeper, making it 6-2. Sabitra Bhandari and Vivian's powerful strike, and netting in the 7th goal. This was the final nail in the coffin from the Nepalese international, getting his 5th and his side's 8th goal of this evening. This is the hero of the match, Sabitra Bhandari. No prize in guessing. She scored 5 goals, and Valenka Alemau handing over the memento and a check of 15,000 rupees. Man of the match, well deserved by Sabitra Bhandari. So as it stands at full time, it's East Bengal FC 2, Gokulam Kerala FC 8. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll come back tomorrow again at the same time from the Trans Stadia Stadium. Goodbye for now.